Imagine if someone would have said to you after the Chelsea game, you're not going to watch Everton again for the foreseeable future. This coronavirus is going to take a hold in the United Kingdom, so much so we're going to have to lock the country down. The United Kingdom is going to have more deaths than any other country in the world bar the United States and China. But China obviously aren't telling the truth on this one. And you might lose your job, you might be furloughed. A lot of small businesses are going to go out of business. We're going to head into a recession, and you may lose loved ones. You'd have been like, how on earth am I going to cope with that? That sounds horrendous. Well, if you're watching this video, congratulations, you have managed to cope this far, so hang in there. I know times are strange, I know times are tough, but hopefully I can help to try and bring things back to a certain sense of normality for you just for the next couple of minutes, because football is on the way back. I haven't felt like doing any content or any videos for GrandOldTeam over the past couple of months. I'm sure you understand why. It just felt really strange. Haven't felt like doing this type of stuff. But football is on the way back now, whether we like it or not. Some of you think that it shouldn't come back. Some of you think that it should. This video isn't about that, though. There are lots of people, probably far better qualified than me, other content creators, ex-pundits, journalists, all talking about how football should come back, what it should look like, when it should come back, if it should come back. This video was to kind of regain a little bit of normality. I saw an article today on the Echo. Bill Kenwright has sent a handwritten letter for VE Day to a 103-year-old veteran in Liverpool. And it's a lovely letter, and in the letter he talks about the amount of respect that he has for this man, and he talks about some of the players from down the years, the players that they've seen collectively, Howard, LeBone, and before that Dixie, and then up to the more recent times, Sharp and Dunk and Kev Campbell. It's just a really nice letter, and you can tell that it comes from a nice place, from Kenwright's part, and it's just a really nice letter. And it got me thinking, because Kenwright's one of these kind of characters within the Everton sphere that has always driven opinion into two camps. You've got those people who think that Kenwright's a bit of a disaster for Everton. They're not particularly fond of him. And then you've got your other supporters who like Kenwright. They like that he's a supporter, and they are warm toward him. I am probably annoyingly kind of like halfway between those two camps, although I think both of those camps have mellowed since the introduction of Farhad Moshiri, I think, to a certain extent. So on the one hand, you've got those people that think he's a villain. He's overseen the stagnation of the football club. He's self-obsessed. He has lied. He's gagged shareholders down the years. They'll attribute things like the failed move to the King's Dock. They'll attribute the attempted move to Kirby. They'll talk about how before Farhad Moshiri came along, how he actually secretly wanted, how Bill Kenwright wanted to hold on to the club. I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that he really enjoys being involved with Everton Football Club. He likes it. People sometimes think he maybe enjoyed that a little bit too much, and he wasn't as transparent as he could have been. But then on the other side, a lot of people look at Kenwright and say, that's the kind of person you want as an advocate of your football club. He loves Everton. He's got Everton's best interests at heart. And what's interesting is when you hear people who've worked for the club, players, staff, the way they talk about Bill Kenwright. So I remember reading an article on GrandOldTeam, actually, some quotes from Michael Keane on how Bill Kenwright made him feel when he joined the club, and how the players all respect Kenwright. And you hear this a lot from former players or players that play for the club now. They'll talk about, they like Kenwright. They do like him a lot. I mean, I saw an interview with Carlo Ancelotti's son as well, and saying the same thing. When him and Carlo joined, Kenwright sold the club to them, and that's important. Other people will maybe point to the fact that he kept the club moving to a certain extent. I mean, you've got to remember, when he brought the club off Peter Johnson back in 1999, I think, Everton had been stagnating for some time. Bill Kenwright had been involved in that stagnation in the sense that he was a board member since, I think, about 1994. There were other board members. He wasn't in complete control of the club. And when he purchased the club, so the story goes, no one else really wanted it. So he kind of said, well, look, I came in and purchased the club. No one else wanted it. I'm an Evertonian, and you know, and under Moyes, there's no doubt that Everton made progress. And yes, we sold important players, but not enough of them that it drove us out of the league. We managed. There was periods where we managed to hold on to our prize assets for quite some time. You know, I'm thinking the team under Moyes, we managed to keep that together. Yes, Lescott left. Yes, Rooney left. Both of those players wanted to leave. People talk about, you know, where the Arteta money went and stuff, but on the whole, we managed to keep the squad together. And you know, there was some really good players there. Probably could have moved. The club probably could have made more profit on them, but they decided not to. And I think sometimes the people who are pro Kenwright look at that and say there's an example of some of the great work that Kenwright did as Everton chairman, that he's done in the time that he's been involved in Everton. So I think, you know, others kind of find his stories a little bit tedious, you know, the references to the boys' pen and stuff. I get it. If you're not that way inclined, I kind of like it. I think he's a very good communicator, Kenwright. If you go and watch Howard's Way, obviously Dave Feely, involved in that film, a friend of the GrandOldTeams and a frequent appearance maker after the game at Goodison. A lot of you enjoy his videos. But anyway, if you go and watch Howard's Way, a film that he's involved in, obviously, there's the footage from Kendall's funeral, and Bill Kenwright gives a terrific speech, a really, really warm speech, and he's very good at talking about Everton, and he makes you feel warm and fuzzy, and people like that. So the point of this video, though, was to get your thoughts. Where do you fall on Bill Kenwright? Is he a hero or a villain, in your opinion? Let me know in the comments underneath. I'm genuinely intrigued to kind of get capture a bit of a consensus on Kenwright now. So give me your thoughts underneath this. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're safe. Hang in there. This won't last forever. We'll get through this together. And yeah, thank you as always for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and follow me on Twitter @PartAdam and on Instagram @PartAdam. I'll see you again next time on GrandOldTeam. Nice to see you.